We live. We get everything all set up. What's up, everybody? We are live. It is the best day of the month, best day of the week, best day of the year. It's Brown and Balance Day. I want to welcome everybody to the Brown and Balance Live on Portland Cocktail Week. I was waiting on the applause button, but it ain't come. But it's all good. Anyway, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's staying safe. Everybody's staying healthy. Stay in the house. Wear your mask. Do all that stuff y'all need to do, man, to keep going forward so that in 2021, hopefully we go back to normal and we'll all be able to be together and do this live and in person very, very soon. But today we got a super, super special show. I can't wait for today. I got some old friends and I got some new friends on the show today, man. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to learn about gardening. I don't know how to plant nothing. You know what I mean? We're going to learn some health and wellness tips. You know, I've been back in the gym lately. We're going to get to see what my homies down in New Orleans been doing. And then we're going to take a trip up to Charlotte and we're going to meet a new bartender on the scene that's doing their thing. But before we get started, you know, I start this off the same way every time, always, man. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Say her name, man. Breonna Taylor, man. Rest in peace to that young lady. I'm Marbury. Everybody else lost this year, man. I'm still distraught over all that, but we're going to keep pushing. And hopefully soon, everything's going to get better one day. You know what I mean? Much love to Campari community. Follow them on Instagram, please. I tell y'all this every time we do this. I'm watching, seeing who's following and who's not. So go to Campari community on Instagram. Follow them then join the email list. You know, I joined the email list and look at this cool, you know, Campari sweat I got, you know, in the mail one day. See, you never know what's going to be coming, right? FedEx hit my door, handed me a box. It was this really nice Campari hoodie that's keeping me warm in these Chicago falls. If anybody's ever been in Chicago, you know it'll be 80 degrees one day, 30 degrees next day. It gets real out here. You know what I mean? So, yo, enough of me. Y'all going to hear from me throughout the whole show. We're going to have fun. But I'm going to do my very first special invited guest, my friend, my homie, Miss Keyatta, straight out of Atlanta.
Hey, hey.
What up, girl? What's going on?
Man, you know how it is down here. Atlanta's like, you know, we doing our thing. The word of the season is pivot. Everybody's pivoting from their careers. You're pivoting.
I like that. I like that. You know, as a hooper, as a ball player, you know, I love to pivot because, you know, you can't do nothing unless you pivot first. So I dig that, man. How are you doing? How are you doing personally, though? How are you doing personally before we get into the segment?
I am doing good. I wake up every morning. I am blessed with groceries in my refrigerator. I am blessed with 3 healthy children. I am blessed with a man that still loves me through my craziness and a career that still loves me and I've learned to pivot in. So I am doing great. I cannot complain. I won't complain. It don't matter if you do because don't nobody care. People don't have time to listen to you complain about nothing.
Ain't nobody listening. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We just going to keep pushing forward. You know what I mean? So, yo, I'm excited. Well, first of all, are you still holding on before we get into the segment? Because we ain't talked in a minute because we both been busy. Are you still holding on to Boyz II Men version of Can You Stand the Rain is better than New Edition?
Yes. Fight me. That is the best version. I'm sorry. I've heard some really cool covers, but I'm sorry. I love New Edition, but Boyz II Men smoked them on their own track. Sorry.
Okay, so everybody out there, this is going to be a very quick segment, everybody out there. We're going to be a real quick.
Don't do me like that.
We're going to get Keyatta in out of here real quick with this blasphemous statement you just made. No, you know it's all love. I love debates like that. So, yo, your segment is titled Better Cribs and Gardening. I don't know nothing about gardening. My mom was an avid gardener when I was growing up. I used to see her do it. All I remember is she used to have me digging up dirt and weeds, and I hated it. But as I've gotten older, I'm seeing the value in it. You know what I mean? Growing your own food, growing stuff for the bar, different things. So I'm going to let you take it away because you are more of the expert on that than I am. And I'm going to just get out the way. And maybe I'll listen to New Edition in the background while you talk.
Don't do that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I love you so much. You're a hot mess, but I love it. You're one of my favorite people. But hi, everybody. My name is Keyatta Mincey-Parker. I am a Liberian-American bartender based in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been a bartender for 18 years. It is a career I have loved and fought for and studied to stay in, even when people question why I was doing this and, oh, you're smart enough to do something else. And it's something I've loved. And I have discovered a way through this garden to stay in this career and support our industry from this side. So in 2020, I started a bartender's community garden, which is a nonprofit, by the way, called A Sip of Paradise. And it's just what it is. And it's an allotment style garden that has 41 plots, 36 bartender members. And it's a place where everyone can kind of do their own thing. We can grow our own food for yourselves to give away, to create cocktails with. And yep, those are some pictures. Awesome. And when we started this garden, the whole land was empty. It was a quarter of an acre. There was debris, glass. It was really hard, and we really built it into something, especially since we kind of had this time during COVID when nobody was working. So all the members kind of pulled in, we pulled this together, and we've made this a beautiful oasis for us. So, which leads me to why you would want to get into gardening. So if anybody wants to get into gardening, it is something you can totally do. You can do it from a rooftop. You can do it from your 500 square apartment in wherever. You can do it in the country. You just need to decide, that you want to do this, and what kind of garden do you want to have? Do you want to grow just herbs? Do you want to grow just vegetables? Do you want to grow flowers? Do you just want to have a decorative garden? It has little sculptures in there, just a space for you to sit in and smile. Whatever you want to do, you can totally do. So once you decide where this garden is going to be, if it's going to be on your porch, your windowsill, your backyard, a lot that you acquired, what zone are you in? So here in Georgia, we are in in Atlanta anyway, most of Georgia is zone 7, 7A, and 7 and 8. The zones determine the weather, climates, and how the tracing is and how long you'll actually grow the season and what you can grow. So if you can Google up what zone I'm in, that will determine what you grow, how you grow it, when you grow things, because everything is based on weather and patterns in weather and growing habits from before. So all this data is collected, and it slowly rotates every year. But for the most part, everybody kind of stays in the same zone that they're in. So now you figured out your zone. What are you going to grow? So typically people start their gardens early in the year. Like my husband's aunt, her planting day for her new garden is April 14th every year. That is the day she feels that it's going to be nice enough for her to be outside all day, putting these plants in, doing some root tilling, getting whatever. But that is the day she plants. Some people choose to plant earlier. Some people choose to start seedlings in the house and bring them out eventually. But if you wanted to start it today, you can do something as simple as having little glass jars or just little containers, and you can have seedlings. So we're going to take a little tour.
Okay, this the MTV Cribs version of Brown and Balance, y'all. Let's get it.
I don't know if y'all can see these, but these are some of the seedlings that I've kind of been nourishing and nurturing here so I can get them in the ground. And these are things that are in season right now in Georgia. And the lucky part about being in Georgia is that for the most part, we can grow things year round, which a lot of places like Minnesota or even Chicago, and it's too cold, you actually get snow. We don't get snow every year. And a lot of times you can keep stuff outside, or you can winterize them and trim them down to the bare bones and kind of cover them outside, or you could bring them inside. It really depends on your setup, how much room you have, and how committed you are. So, but if you wanted to start now, there are things you can do. We also talked about seedlings. So you could either do a direct sow, which means take the seed and put it directly into the ground. That method is more of a risk from what I've had a lot of fails this year, just a heads up, so I'm not perfect. But there have been a lot of fails, and one of the things I realized that was easier to do if you're growing like beets or potatoes or carrots or radishes, something that has like turnips, something like that, the deep sow works better because it's directly in, it can take its time, it can germinate, and it can grow. If you have like herbs and flowers and stuff, I would start them at home where you can give them all the attention that it needs with watering and sunshine and adjusting until they're strong enough to go into the ground. But again, that's my method. It works for me because the years before when I tried to direct sow certain things, the germination time was double. Germination means when the seed starts to open up and formulate and stuff.
Okay.
But I mean, those are the things, man. Gardening is fun. And I think that's the biggest lesson people need to learn. It's okay if something dies. And I think that's the biggest takeaway I've had. Things have to die for things to live. So don't feel like a failure if these plants don't grow. Don't feel like, oh my God, I'm never gonna, don't beat yourself up because you're really at the mercy of Mother Nature and Father Time.
True.
And the beauty in that is how you can also allow your mind and your body to not feel like you have to punch a clock in and do all these things. That's some of the beautiful parts about gardening. And you can have your own space and you can move at your own pace. You can do what you want, you know? You can get halfway through and be like, you know what, I don't want to plant these doggone spinaches. I want to plant something else, you know? You can totally do that. You know, you're at your mercy for yourself.
Okay.
But yeah, and use your resources, man. You mentioned your mom used to do it. My mom grew up on a farm. So I used to be out there picking stuff, running through, and you know, when she was tired of us in the house, when Granny was tired of us, y'all go outside and pick some pecans. So we're outside. So I'm used to being outside all day. And that's my American grandmother, not my African grandmother. But it's something that's very personal and dear to me. And it helps you in your life, whether people know it or not. You get fresh air, you can put your phone down. You don't have to be, especially now, there's so much propaganda and foolishness going on. You can be in a bubble where you don't have to think about anything you don't want to think about. You just don't. And enjoy it for what it is. So.
Word. Yeah, I feel like it's like a labor of love, right? You know what I mean? Like I feel like
it is.
You know, like it's something you just enjoy. It's kind of like I remember my older brother, like he started to golf. Like we were all basketball players, and he was like, when he got to a certain age, he was like, I'm going to golf, and he was like, I'm doing it because I just love the solitude. I love what I'm doing. You know, I can clear my mind out there. I can just have a drink. Mm-hmm. I can drink some Campari, and I can just golf and have a good time. And I feel like from what you described, gardening is kind of similar to that. It's kind of a way to just get away and get lost in your own thoughts for a few minutes.
It is. And even for selfish reasons, like prime example, I'm drinking a salty dog right now, and some of the herbs that one of my members did a nice salt from some of the herbs in the garden, you know, and that's a selfish reason. I got a personal cocktail. Thanks, Rory. Thanks, Bloom Bar. It's cute, you know, and it's my thing. And everybody in that garden is doing their own thing. There's a girl in there that is, she makes soap in her spare time, and her best friend is a vegan. So they have a best friend's plot, the two of them. And Brooke grows mint and flowers and all these things in there. And Talia eats all the tomatoes, the eggplants, and the bell peppers and stuff that's in there. You know, it's their little thing. And then we've also partnered up with organizations for people to give their herbs to them. Like there's a woman who has this organization that she puts these refrigerators in food deserts. And we've collected herbs, packaged them up neat, and put it in there to help her too. So it's a great way to keep going and keep giving. And you know, I know people's pockets are tight and stuff, but sometimes we grow so much stuff in there that, especially something like basil or shiso or whatever, we can give some away. It's not a big deal. And everybody in our garden we're all family, so it's not a big deal. It's cool.
And for your garden as well, to bring it to our industry, do you take things from your garden and use it at your bar, or anybody else in the garden take it, use it at their bar to make cocktails with?
Totally. So there are a couple of people who are actually working. I'm unfortunately not working. Bonton is doing takeout now, and they have opened the restaurant, but Bonton is a tiny place. So their priority were the full-time employees, which I totally understand and respect. But you know, if I were back at Bonton, I would totally be taking all the herbs, all the chamomile, everything that I'm growing and putting it in. I would be toasting this. We have sumac in there. I will be trying out sumac, putting it on cocktails, especially getting ready for fall. I would get into some of these fall herbs that we're growing right now. Some of this rosemary, this oregano, you know, I would take my time and develop things that made sense for me. And even to preserve half of this, I could totally dry some of this out, make my own tinctures, make my own sauces, make my own bitters, all these different things. And I know exactly where every ingredient is coming from.
Man,
So that's the beauty of the full circle. Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, you didn't kind of turn me back on the gardening. Like I said, my mom used to have, like, go get the weeds up, and that was not. That's all I did. So,
I'm here for you.
So,
I am here for you.
Let the folks know, how to find you on Instagram, social media wise, the garden on Instagram, anything like that, anything else you have going on. If anybody else has any questions, concerns, anything about gardening, man, let them know how to find you and catch up with you.
Awesome. So we are on Instagram. We are on Facebook, A Sip of Paradise Garden. If you Google it, everything will come up. We have a website as well, www.asipofparadisegarden.org. We are a nonprofit and a registered business. So we are a legitimate situation. So if the spirit moves you to donate to us, we would greatly appreciate that as well, because we still have a lot of work to do. We're only 9 months into everything that we've been doing, and we've done a lot, but we still have so much more to do. And anything that people want to do, I've had people donate seedlings to us, donate soil, compost, fertilizer, anything. Anyone that wants to help see this bartender's garden continue to grow and not be a fly-by-night situation can more than amply donate, and all the resources to donate are on the website. So yeah.
Word. All right, yo, Key, I appreciate you. I love you outside of that one thing we disagree on. But yo, I appreciate it. When I come down to the A, now it's starting to get safer outside. So when I decide to come down to the A, we're gonna get to gardening, and then we're gonna go to that wonderful place I like to go to with the good lemon pepper wings, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. And we're gonna go have
open. I know.
It's open. It's open. Actually, I got a question for you, man, before we get you out of here.
Questions.
Besides regionality, what are some of your favorite plants, herbs that are growing in this current season?
Oh my God. So I am really, really, really crushing on chamomile right now. I'm also crushing on all these different kinds of mint. So one thing I've learned that I didn't realize there were over 200 grades of mint.
Wow.
It's 200. Yeah, 200. And what I've been doing is I've been taking all these different herbs and kind of steeping them, because the mornings are getting a little chilly, and steeping those leaves to make my own little tea. So I'm really crushing on herbs. The flowers are still kind of hanging on. The sunflowers have kind of died away, but they were super great this summer. But right now we're kind of just getting ready for, the winter months and more leafier greens. That's kind of what's happening right now. So leafier greens, a little bit hardier herbs like rosemary and dill, those are coming up more. But tomatoes have definitely done their thing this summer. They were good to us this summer, but the tomatoes have faded to black on us. So we recently took down the bigger tomato bushes and put them in our compost pile to kind of let them break down and keep turning them and get them ready for next year and put it back into the ground, because it's all about keeping this whole thing circle. Like, we all need each other to keep all of this moving, and we all need to take care of each other so we can all be better.
Right. Love it. That was dope. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have to shoot you back in the green room in a minute, so y'all go back in the green room and get lit and drink all the Campari cocktails, have some fun, and then I'll see you back on here in a little while when I bring you back on. Cool?
Yes. See ya. All
right, Mama. Thank you. All right, y'all. Look, that was the first one. Look, Brown and Balance is versatile. I don't know if y'all know this. Like, I didn't know nothing about gardening, man, but we try to bring people what they need, right? You figure the world is going crazy. People are not working. What better way to save what little money we are still able to hold on to than to grow your own food, right? You know what I mean? So Keyatta's a resource for that, man. So I hope you guys definitely reach out, check out her organization, check out their website, man. Shout out to Tiffany, which is her partner, my homie down in Atlanta, man. They are doing some wonderful things with their garden, man. So I can't wait to get down there and check it out in person for myself. So before we move to the next segment, I got to tell y'all again, y'all do this every time, so y'all should know what's coming, right? Follow Campari Community on Instagram. Sign up on the mailing list. It's right there, linked in the bio. And I just saw my friend Brittany Leach. Shout out to the Lush Life team. She put it in the comments on the Facebook. So all you guys watching on Facebook, the link is there. All you gotta do is click it. It's on the screen now. See that magic? See what happens? We say it and it comes to fruition, right? Boom. Follow it. Click it. Sign up. Do your thing. All right? So now, we've been quarantined, y'all. Some of y'all got that quarantine 15. I know I put it on. You know what I mean? I've been trying to get back in the gym now that it's a little safer to get outside. You know, I've been going back. I've been trying to, get into a routine. Shout out to my Brown and Balance brothers, Sam and Mo and Mr. and all the guys. We had a bike challenge to get our cardio up, just try to stay in shape. But we're not the professionals, right? We don't know it all. So what better way than to bring my friend Christina Ashe on, who is an actual professional, who does this for real, who looks better than all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to put another hoodie on because she just embarrassing all of us out here. So Christina, how are you?
I'm doing good, Josh.
Doing great. I was just saying, you do this for real. I saw when I follow your Instagram, I was like, oh, she runs marathons. Like, I hate running. Like, I played ball in high school, and if anybody that doesn't know me, I kind of do my own thing. I don't really listen to nobody. So every time coach called a play, and I saw something better, I'd call my own play, and then I'd end up having to run after the game. I hate running, right? And I saw your page, and I checked it out, and I'm like, you were doing some amazing things with fitness. So again, I'm not the pro. I'm gonna get out the way, and I'm gonna let you just do your thing.
Oh, thank you, Josh. I appreciate you. Well, welcome all. I'm Christina Ashe, and I am a former bartender. I bartended for 19 years. So it's been trial and error trying to bring my healthy lifestyle options into my life. So I know being a bartender, it can be taxing. We work a lot of hours. Sometimes we don't even get to sleep enough. We don't get to eat. I mean, sometimes family meals is just not an option. So I had to figure out how to not be hangry. I had to figure out how to put in workouts for myself in this busy schedule. And it's worked out pretty well. So for all my bartenders out there, it'll work. I promise you that. So I have some options for you when it comes to movement. Okay. So I've been a personal trainer for the last 10 years. I also have an experience of being a collegiate track and field coach, and I ran track for 10 years myself. So I've been working through how to bring in workouts on my shifts. So think about this. A lot of us, we definitely lift kegs. We definitely lift boxes of wine, boxes of liquor, and we're always standing. So I have some suggestions for you. So think about you have to pick up a box of liquor or a box of wine. The best option I have, guys, remember, use your legs. Use your legs, squeeze your glutes. Squat down, you grab the box, you bring it up. Don't bend over, because we all know we need our backs. We're standing for 8-10 hours a shift most of the time. So you need to give your back a break. Always lift with your legs. All right? You lift with your legs, squeeze those glutes, you tuck in your core, activating these ab muscles, and you're holding the box while you're walking. All right? Make sure you're staying upright. All right? To alleviate any extra stress on your back. Kegs. Now, I've never had to actually carry a full keg, thank God, but I have had to carry mini kegs. And they're still heavy, man. When you're trying to walk from where the keg is located to put it in the cooler, they're still heavy. So, again, use your legs, squeeze those glutes. When you're grabbing that mini keg or that keg, keep it in between your legs. Remember, you're engaging your core, squeezing those glutes, and then you're walking the keg to its location. All right? You should not feel any pressure or pain in your back. All right? We need our backs. They're very important. This is funny, but I used to do this all the time because I like isolated movements. So every bartender has their own shaker tin in their house. So what I would do, instead of shaking with both arms, I would shake with one so that I could work my right arm halfway through the shift And then I would switch and use my left arm because isolating, I mean, your arms are different and you might notice that one arm's stronger than the other. So I was always working with my clients on isolating movements with their legs, with their arms. So that's how I started doing it at the bar. So I challenge you guys to do that because, yeah, I'm right-handed. So, like, my right hand, I can go all day. My left hand, man, I was struggling sometimes because most of the bars I worked at were all cocktails. So Shaker Tim was like my best friend. Also, I have another one for you. Leaning at the bar, getting the order. We're always just like slouching, listening. Suggestion: hinge instead of lean. Take the pressure off your back. So remember, engaging that core, squeezing those glutes, and you hinge. Because most of us have our liquor bottles down here, so we already have to go over an extra section compared to the bar. So hinge, and my glutes are so tight right now because these are the muscles that I'm using instead of using my back muscles. Hinge, get the order, and then come back. So those are some great options for you as you're working through your shift, because I know most of us have so much to do that we might not get to the gym. So think about using the daily activities that you have through your shift and make it a workout. So you get 2 for 1. All right, so another thing. As a bartender, most of the time you get neglected when it comes to food. If your bar or restaurant does offer family meal, my suggestion, try to eat your family meal. It'll at least last you half the shift. If you can't get to your family meal, one of my saviors was protein. So this is like one of my favorite protein powders. I got this at, where did I get this? Vitamin Shop. If you get protein powder, hint for anyone who uses protein, you need to have an amino acid profile because it's a supplement. And protein and amino acids are brother and sister. They need each other. All right, so this can be your best friend. The shaker, I would put the dry powder in here. And while I was like going to class or I was going to my other job, the powder would still be in here. I wouldn't have to worry about heat getting into it or it being too cold. And then however you like your protein, whether it's water or plant-based milk or regular milk, you have that as your savior if you're starving. And it's good for you. So you're not deviating towards eating bad things. All right? Another option. So protein, healthy fats, Kind bars are my favorite bars. Most of the bars I worked at were open bars. You know, you're the show. So there was no place for us to hide. So what I would do is I would have one of these, and while I would bring in orders at the kiosk, I would be able to nibble on this, and then when I was done, turn around to my guests and be okay. So I would suggest these. They have minimal amounts of sugar, high in protein, and nuts are a very healthy fat option for you. All right. Another item I would have, and then my boss would always steal these too. He'd be like, they're so good. So it's almost like eating potato chips. They're chickpeas. They have salt on them, but chickpeas are high in fiber and also high in protein, great for my vegan, vegetarian friends. And I would just have this bag while I was bringing in orders, and I would just nibble on these too. So these are a great option, as well as like trail mix or just mixed nuts, because they won't go bad and you don't need to refrigerate them. All right, so another option, fruit and vegetables. Love apples. Apples are in season right now. So there's a lot of variations and varieties for you. You don't have to keep them refrigerated, and they'd be good to just like cut up and nibble on them. Also baby carrots, celery sticks, grapes, and a banana. All those are okay in whatever temperature. So you have some fruit and vegetable options for you that are pretty quick to like throw in or bite really fast, because of Another option for you. Sorry, guys. Another option for you, smoothies. So NutriBullet is my favorite appliance. I've gone through 3 of these things in the last 5 years because I use them so much. But they have the tops that they have keep oxygen from getting in. So you can make fruit and vegetable smoothies, and I would put them in like the the wine cooler, or I would put them in our little refrigerator behind the bar and keep them. And sometimes I would forget, and they would still be there the next day. Now, fruit and vegetable smoothies sometimes do separate, but all you have to do is shake it back together, and you have something to like sip on throughout your shifts.
Okay.
And as you're doing smoothies, another way to add nutrients is superfoods. So I like to use flaxseed or chia seeds. They have no flavor, but they're great omega-3s. And we all need that for brain health, especially when we're trying to remember like 30 drink options from our guests.
Okay.
So those are some great ways that we can try and reach our optimal health, because it's difficult. I mean, doing this for a long time, people are like, how have you been able to do this long? And sometimes I ask myself the same question. But over the years, I've been able to figure out ways to make sure that I can be as healthy as I can while I'm trying to work in the hospitality industry.
Absolutely. That's dope, man. Those are some great tips, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I was doing, when I was off camera, I was trying to do some push-ups real quick while I was listening to you, just keep myself going.
Oh, yeah?
I just felt like, if we were in the gym, you would be telling me to do push-ups. So I was like, let me just, I'm listening. Let me knock it out. I do have one question for you. So yeah. I love to lift. I love lifting, right? Yeah. I don't love cardio as much, right? Yeah. So I hate running. What's some like non-traditional ways to still get my cardio in without just like running on the treadmill or running outside? Like, I know I ride my bike, but it's getting ready to get cold here in Chicago, so I can't really be out on my bicycle like that. What are some other like non-traditional ways to still get that cardio in every day?
So, it's funny when you say you like lifting. Cardio is just getting your heart rate up. Okay. Increasing your heart rate. So you can do a weightlifting circuit and increase your heart rate and continue to do that. So instead of say you wanted to work all your upper body, you wanted to do bicep curls, tricep dips, and bench. So instead of doing one at a time, you do a circuit and you continue until you finish your circuit. Then you give yourself a rest, and then you'll do the circuit all over again. Oh, so like when I'd be in the gym, people are like, "Are you done using that?" And I'd be like, "No," because I have a circuit. Like I use 3 different machines, right. But I wasn't running for a long time, and I like lifting too. So that's what I would do. So you continuously go through your circuit, getting your heart rate to like 140. You have your minute rest. You do it all over again. So that's still cardio, increasing your cardio endurance.
Word. Okay, cool. Good. See, guys, we get in there. We just like to get in there to start just banging and clanging and just start throwing weights around. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want to be that guy that's big up top and small on the bottom. I don't want my legs to look like chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? Because them guys, they look like an upside down triangle. So I don't want to be that guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I wanted to make sure I'm still getting everything taken care of. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's an easy fix. Yeah, because then you're challenging yourself and you're not stopping. Right. So, yeah, you're increasing your oxygen rate as well. So you're going to be good.
Word. Cool. I'm going to use that this weekend. Thank you. Appreciate all your tips. Let everybody know how to find you so we can, people can reach out to you and get tips and tricks and find out about training in your city, where you are, and all of that.
Awesome. Okay, so I reside right now in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, we are still in stage 2. But I'm doing virtual workouts at the moment. And my handle on Instagram is at Chris, CHRISD Ashe. And I focus on plant-based eating, which doesn't mean you're a vegetarian or a vegan. You're just minimizing the amount of meat consumed so that we get in all those phytonutrients from fruits and vegetables that can keep us going towards our optimal health.
Word. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely be in touch with you. I got questions.
Yes.
Just send me a Cash App or Venmo request and tell me how much it's gonna cost, and I just got questions for you. All right,
no problem.
let's do it. Hey, Christine, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking out the time today to come give us some tips to being healthy while we're in these crazy times we're in, man. I can't wait to see what you got coming up next and to connect with you and start doing some things online with you.
Oh, and don't forget, guys, vote. Make sure you vote.
Yeah, because she lived in D.C., so she sees the trap house.
Please vote.
Yeah, she sees the trap house every day the dude live in now, so, you know. Thank you, Christine. We appreciate you.
Thank you, dear.
All right. All right, y'all. So that was dope, right? So we went from gardening. So look, see how this is going? Grow your fruits and vegetables, right? So you talk to Keyatta about that. Then you talk to Christine about how to use those fruits and vegetables to get yourself in order. It all goes hand in hand, man. You see what we're doing here? So, I just want to let y'all know, man, again, I'm going to say it again. Sign up, Campari Community on Instagram. Hey, and you know what? If you look at it today, there's a very handsome gentleman that was featured on there today. I kind of know him pretty good. You should check it out. He was the Feature Friday on Campari. Pretty cool dude. You should check it out. Shoot a like, shoot him a follow when you do it. I ain't going to say who he is, but he's on there. But sign up on the mailing list. Again, you get all type of things you need, things you don't know that you need. You know what I mean? You get them all in the mail, and you don't have to do nothing but just sign up. So just do that. So speaking of Campari, this wonderful partnership I got with Campari started around the Juneteenth. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, I'm not going to educate you at this point today. I'm going to tell you right now. Go to my Instagram page at Brown and Balanced. Click the link in my profile, and when you click the link in my profile, there's a document that we created to tell you all about Juneteenth and tell you all about the things we're doing with Brown and Balance, and also give you some more resources that you need. So I ain't gonna do all that educating today about what Juneteenth is. If you don't know, go find out. All right. But when we did that event, we brought together a bunch of amazing leaders from all over the country. Keyatta was on there. Some of our past guests have been on there. That was a day like no other, right? Like I was on a high that day. That was, unlike anything ever. Like it was just beautiful to see all that Black excellence at one time together, enjoying each other, talking about all the dope things that we're all doing. All right. So once again, thank you, Campari, for starting us there. But from that, we've grown to here. And so since we're here, I'm going to bring on my brother, Touré, folks. The man with the $1 million smile. He about to smile right now, y'all. Just so y'all know. The man with the $1 million smile, man. And we're gonna catch up with my brother since June. I think we've only talked a couple times since June. I know you've been busy. I've been busy, man.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? What's been going on? What's new with turning tables, man? Just spill it all out for us.
I got all. All right. So, turntables. We started last year. Had maximum impact with 7 graduates. This year, we have a whole new crew of people. Just give you a breakdown on what Turntables is. It's a 12-week program with about 300 hours of in-class training that covers everything from spirits, beer, wine, bar management, waste, you name it, like mental health and industry lifestyle maintenance. We cover it all. And we bring in mentors. Now, because of COVID, we have mentors from all around the country. So specifically, they have an opportunity to work in different bar and restaurant spaces. And this year, speaking of Juneteenth, working with a lot of people that were on that panel to kind of to teach and meet and be a part of the process, reaching out to everybody so they could see all their brothers and sisters all around the country. And so speaking of pivoting, we're doing a lot of virtual events, and mixture of virtual and in-class and time and personal events. And then also, just like I said, just like giving them all the opportunities to create their own spaces. So we have a partner that's giving us a space where they can create their own bar program and kind of cost everything out. Think about the ambiance, think about the space. From day one, we talk to them about their identity and their place in the industry. So we're empowering them from day one to do their own thing and be entrepreneurs and innovate and pivot. And this new class is so impressive. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure your first child, is the most meaningful child to you. But then once you have another one, you know, that one's just as special to you. And in that sense, last year's class, like, you know, they're so special to me in so many ways. This new class, you know, covers, you know, it's a wide spectrum of just people with, you know, industry experience that never got an opportunity to move past a certain glass ceiling. And then there's, you know, super green people. They're just learning how to bartend and learning about service for the first time. And so it's interesting to see all the things that we have to kind of adapt to. One of our students immune compromised, and we have to teach them virtually and bring them in to class on like a selfie stick, you know, but we're doing all the things that we can to include and be inclusive. So it's been an interesting journey.
How have you been personally? I mean, we're in some unprecedented times, bro. Like, you know, we've talked a few times, like stuff is just crazy. It's all over the place. We don't know what's going to happen next day. How have you been, you know, on just yourself personally?
I've been up and down, to be honest with you. You know, it's been great. There was such like an empowering moment. Like Juneteenth was empowering for all of us. Like around that time with, you know, the protests and just, you know, everyone was activated around the country. You know, but I sought out my own kind of ways to remain sustainable. You know, mental health was important to me, so I started therapy. I've been exercising myself. I've been doing all the things to take care of myself. And more importantly, you know, it's to keep yourself up is a challenge, but it's the most important in this work because I'm of no use to them if I'm not taking care of myself. So that's the most important thing.
Absolutely, man. I feel like we need to hit Christina up and get a brown and balanced virtual workout going. Man.
Have a little workout day with some gardening and everything.
Man. Straight up. That's cool. Hey, I know me and you've been trying to connect as well, man, on the outside. I've been crazy with school. It's been nuts. You know, I started school while we've been under quarantine. So we got to talk because I definitely want to get involved with Turntable.
Yeah. I mean, they got to meet you. They got to meet you. I mean, like, I can't even tell you, like, you know, Capri from Chocolate City's Best and Dee from Chicken and Champagne, they came into class virtually along with Black food folks. And all of them left just like, you know, calling me after and they were like, damn, that was impactful. You know, like meeting them for the first time was just hearing their stories, talking to them, interacting with them. Like, I think it's going to inspire you as well.
Yeah, let's set something up, man, ASAP, for real. I would just love to just come talk, Q&A, have some fun, you know, let them get to know me, know kind of what I do in the game, because I've been freestyling and winging it all these years. So, you know, anything I can do for help, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you were there from the beginning. You were one of the first people I told. I
remember.
Yeah, you were from Jump Street, man. So
I appreciate it, man. Well, look, I appreciate you, man, coming on, man, catching us up since Juneteenth. We got some big things on the horizon, man. Hopefully the world opens up soon so we can do this in person. You know what I mean? We already matching, look like we're going to Great America.
We're twins, man.
Yeah, we're twins. Yeah. So now when now if that Eater article comes out, I don't mind. They can put me as you because we're twins today. You know what I'm saying?
All right, would you say Touré?
Right, John. Oh man, that was a great day. So y'all, anybody on the background, y'all don't know, man. Shout out to Eater. It was a little mishap. So they did a top 20 Black mixologist bartenders you should know. I was humbly afforded to be on that list. I'm so appreciative of it. Wasn't expecting it. Hadn't talked to anybody from Eater. So I woke up that morning, and when I woke up that morning, my phone, it was messages and tags, and I looked at it, and it was a picture of Touré as me.
It was Josh.
So, you know, I'm Touré now, and he's Josh. That's what we're going to do. Shout out to Eater, man. Thank y'all again, man.
Hopefully we get
a whole new list of 20 next year, man. I would love to see my brother Touré on there ASAP because he's definitely a moving shaker in the game, man. You know, it's well deserved, bro. I appreciate you. I look up to you. You know what I mean? The things you're doing down in New Orleans are amazing, man. Like I said, I want to help, you know, any way I can.
Yeah, as soon as you can. And if anybody else wants to help, you know, look at our website, turntablesnola.org. You know, if you want to donate, contact me directly, Touré at turntablesnola.org. And always check out our Instagram. We got some really dope, fun things coming up over these next few weeks. And like talk about pivoting and innovation. We got some fun things in store. Y'all are going to be surprised about what we got in store for you.
I'm excited, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Going back there in the green room with everybody, man. Keep getting lit. Y'all have some fun.
No doubt.
And we got to get to the real interview with this new young lady that's coming on the scene, man. But before I bring her on, I'm gonna do it to y'all one more time, man. Y'all get tired of me saying it. So the best way to get me to stop saying go to Campari community and sign up on the mailing list is to just do it, and then y'all ain't got to hear me say it no more. So how about we do that? Matter of fact, how about I got some Brown and Balance pens here at home. I got about 30 or 40 of them here at home. How about this? Everyone that goes, I got about 30. So the first 30 people today to go on Campari Community, sign up on the email list, screenshot it, put in your Instagram stories, and tag Brown and Balanced on your Instagram at Brown and Balanced. I will send you guys a Brown and Balanced pen. I feel like that's a good incentive. How about y'all do that, right? Brittany Leach just dropped it in there. Sign up. Go on, sign up, screenshot that you signed up and you're all set. Go on Instagram, go in your stories, tag at Brown and Balanced on your stories. First 30 people will get a pin from me in the mail in the next upcoming couple weeks, depending on how USPS is. All right? So y'all do that, and we'll make that happen. I've said it, it's live. I said it, so now I have to do it. So I need y'all to, handle that. All right? So meat and potatoes, right? The fun part of this. We caught up with everybody. We learned about gardening. I had trauma from picking weeds with my mama. You know what I mean? We learned how to work out. I learned I ain't got to run. I can do some cardio a different way in ways I actually like doing it. And now, without further ado, we're going to bring in Miss Britt Clark. We twins.
Dude, I was like, you and Troy said twins. I was like, don't forget about me. We're triplets. We're triplets today.
We're Lucy Pearl. Remember the group with Raphael Sadiq and the young lady, another dude? We're Lucy Pearl. I'm going to play that song on the Brown and Brown show. You're
telling your age right now, but I do remember that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We're not going to start the interview off like that, okay? So, right. Everybody, this is amazing Britt Clark, straight out of North Carolina. I met this young lady while we've been under quarantine. I started the Instagram Brown and Balance Happy Hours, cocktail and conversations, man. Brought a bunch of people on. We talk, have a good time. And she kept the comments super spicy. I didn't know who she was, where she came from, nothing. But she used to keep them comments extra, extra spicy. So selfishly, I was like, I got to figure out a way to get her involved in Brown and Balance because I love the energy. I love her attitude, man. And she's just super, super dope. And she works for one of my really, really good friends. You know what I mean? But we're going to let her tell all that. So first of all, how are you doing?
I'm good. I just came from backstage and it was kind of lit. So I was like, wait, let me get ready. Let me hop on this real quick.
Get it together real fast before you get back. I got you. So tell us your story. How did you get involved in our industry? Where'd you start? And the timeline leading up to right now.
I mean, I kind of feel like we all have like that the similar story of how we started, when we were younger. We didn't know we were going to make it like a career. And then we just kind of fell in love with it and we stuck with it. Hostess, server. And then I was like, oh, like spirits, food. I think it all kind of comes together. And hospitality just kind of drives us to being what we do. And once I turned 21, kind of dove into it and started nerding out, and we just had a good time. And here I'm here. So.
Word. So where are you at now? What place do you work at in North Carolina now?
So I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Like you said, Stefan's Huebner's place. Love it. We've been voted best cocktail lounge in Charlotte for the last 3 years, and we just hit our 3-year mark. So we're super humbled by that. That's family right there. And it's kind of funny, like how it worked out when you say, oh, Stefan, and things link up that way. So
yeah. The world brings, what I'm learning, man. The world brings people together for a reason, right? So the world brings. It was something made you click on Brown and Balance. Something made me say, hey, let's link up and talk and see how we can get you involved in it. I saw how dope you were. I talked to Stefan, saw how cool you were. I heard nothing but good things from some of my friends down in North Carolina. So I was like, selfishly, not too many people outside North Carolina know her yet. So selfishly, I'm going to put it on my platform first. So I can be saying, I'm the one that kind of broke the seal on the superstar that you are.
I appreciate it, yo. Lush Light came and everything linked up. So the universe works in mysterious ways. And now we're here. So,
and now we're here now, you know what I mean? So what's the best thing about working at Dot?
My family. It really is. like I love our guests, our patrons, but we're these misfits on the island, and we love what we do. We nerd out. We are really big on hospitality, and it shines, it shows. And when we interact with people, whether it's just like us, guests, patrons, or people that we don't even know, we're really invested in this. So you can really see that. And I think that's what makes us so special. And I wouldn't change them for the world. They get on my nerves all the time. I love them. Like I wouldn't change them for anything. And I don't know. I miss them. I'm so happy back at work. Like I feel like I'm blushing the whole time. I'm just like, because it's been a long 7 months for me personally. And now I'm finally back at work because of COVID. And I just feel like I've been smiling nonstop for the last
Are you back behind the bar? Are you guys doing anything special or?
Yeah, so it's kind of in Charlotte right now, in Mecklenburg County, excuse me. We're in phase like 2.5 now with our governor. So I just came back to work about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I'm helping out here, and like on the weekends I'm behind the bar just because it's making sense, like number wise, and just making sure everyone's good because we're only at 50% capacity. And it just feels so good to be behind the bar, like touch bottles, like, and like exactly. And just like interacting with people and having like human contact, not just virtually. It just makes sense. And I'm so appreciative of it. I missed it.
I love it. So being a Southern Belle, I could kind of call you a Southern Belle. You in Charlotte, right? No, not really.
I mean, now. I'm originally from LA, so I'm a Cali girl all day. Like I'm Valley, so I won't say Southern Belle, but I definitely live in the South, and I really love Charlotte. But I don't know. I don't think I'd say I'm a Southern Belle. I don't think I have that draw.
Yeah, you don't have that Whitley Gilbert going on. But being in the South, I don't know a lot about Charlotte, but I do know it's in the South, and I do know the South in some parts still have some old South ways. Being a African American Black bartender in the South, what are some things you faced? How have you overcame some things that you might have faced that weren't always, above bar and cool?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we say this all the time. It's like so repetitive, but it's having to do twice as much to get certain recognition, and it's like it gets exhausting. But we still do it because we can't stop, and we don't want to. I love proving people wrong personally. Being in a male-dominated industry, especially working at a place like ours, which is very like bourbon and whiskey heavy. Some things are like in and out one ear. I'll say something, someone else will say, and they're like, "Oh, that's facts." And you're like,
right.
I just said that. Right. But like I'm trying to learn not to take things personally. We all grow up. We all let the ego push to the side. Like, what? Don't take it personally. Just keep going harder. And I love to nerd out with people. Like, let's talk about mash bills. Let's talk about distillers. Let's talk about what distillates are they're looking for, and blah blah. And like just knowing your stuff, it makes all the difference. But the initial pushback, it's like, what? I'm a snooze you. Like, what? Like point them out. Like I got you.
I love.
Let's talk about it. So it's one of those.
I love it. Who been some of your mentors in the game? Like who kind of has been the people that kind of spark, that want to be better, that knowledge on you? Well, who's been some of those people have been influential for you?
So I definitely have to shout out like a couple of people. I'm not gonna go into it. I kind of feel like I'm always constantly learning, but Stefan Hubner, my boss, owner, bartender, Charlotte. He's given me some game just like without him even really knowing it and seeing how things work. I love it. I appreciate it every day. I don't thank him enough. We have a love-hate relationship. Like he's like dad. Like every time I give him crap all the time. But like I'm always like, I love you, I definitely say Heather Cheney, she's our president of USBG Charlotte. She kind of brought me the game. I remember when I first came on like the scene and like, oh, what's USBG? Because I've always been very quiet, keep to myself. And then, she kind of like was like, hey, you're doing this competition, or you should come visit here. I came to a couple like, meetings and whatnot, trying to meet people. I'm like, okay, trying to see what everyone's talking about. And we always kind of linked on the whole like girl power thing. And my first competition, she's like, hey, I think you'd be great for this. And I was just like, oh, I don't compete. And she's like, oh, no girls are competing. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's all boys club. And I was like, say less. Like, sign me up. And then we just did it a week later, and I won it. And I kind of just like, it was like an avalanche from there on. So it was fun. And no, it's the universe works in mysterious ways. So I'm here for it.
Word. Yeah, shout out to both them people, man. Like, those are two really good friends of mine, man. I love Stefan. That's my big brother. Love him to death, man. It's funny, man. I'm a taller guy and a bigger guy, so I always like when I meet a guy bigger than me in this industry. And Stefan's definitely just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit, man. That's a big bro. Love him to death, man. Love Heather. She actually connected us on that Zoom call that we were able to do with some people in Charlotte with you guys. And that was a wonderful time. That's when that really sparked it for me to say, oh, Britt's the superstar. She's going to be, yeah, I see it. I see the hunger. I see all of that, man. I don't want to go too deep into it because you have a really dope article that's on Thirsty. So everybody, you know what I'm saying, follow Thirsty on Instagram. Click the link. When you click the link on Thirsty, you can learn more about Britt. But now, since we got the industry talk out the way, I'm going to get into my questions that I like to ask people.
Lord.
Yeah, I got to get in my bag. Yeah, take a drink of your cocktail. Speaking of your cocktail, let's talk about that before we go into that. Let's talk about your Sky Vodka cocktail.
Yeah, first off, I'm going to say I'm only having one just because my boss is watching. Just saying. It's only one. But yeah, I had the lovely Sky Vodka out of California. So I was like, ooh, I'm here for it. Oh, thank you, visuals. I love it.
It's the magic in the sky.
Exactly. I mean, in the industry, vodka has its place and we all appreciate and love it. So I was like, okay, how can we elevate it? Because, odorless, colorless, and I love Campari. And I remember I was R&Ding. I was like, okay, I had this idea. I tried it. And as I started writing out the specs in my head, I was just like, as much as I love Campari, I think it might be a little obtrusive for this cocktail. So I went with Aperol because that's a little sis right there. And it worked. And, it was a good cocktail. It's super refreshing. It's a little labor intensive, but, I feel like everything that's worth it comes with a little time, a little effort. So, we're here. And
well, I mean, y'all just watching, so I think y'all should put it on the menu. I'm just going to say that.
I don't know. Like, it's so many touches. They'd be mad at me. So, like, my coworker, I love her to Ashley. I love her. And we always give her, give her some crap. And she's always like, she's the queen of touches. It's this. We love to see it. Yeah. And if people that aren't in the industry, touches is like picking up a certain bottle or a syrup, blah, blah. It's like 1, 2, 3. We count it out. How difficult it is. And she's queen of touches. And I love to see it, but I'm going to let her have that. Especially being in craft, it takes a little bit longer, but also we pride ourselves on being pretty quick. I think our well does great. I'll put up against anyone in Charlotte. So that's a fact. Sorry, I'm talking a little crap right there, but
I see you. I like it.
Yeah. So, we might do a little feature. You never know.
Stefan. I mean, I just feel like that. I feel like Stefan should do that. I'm just
saying.
This is why me and him are friends, because I do stuff like this to him. So this is why we're friends. So I know he's laughing on his phone right now or whatever he's watching on, because that's my dog, man. So
yeah, my phone's going off right now. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna check it. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you in a couple hours.
Right. So yo, I gotta ask you, man. Now, non-industry person, 5 people, non-industry that you want to have dinner with. It could be anybody, past, present, whatever, heroes, anything. 5 people you're having a dinner party. Go.
Okay. Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like I have to even say anything about that. He's just so dope. Have you ever heard anyone say I don't like Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, no one's ever said that.
He hangs out with Martha Stewart. Like, we love multifaceted people here. I stand. Nina Simone. Let's say my Nana. I miss her so much. My maternal grandmother. This was coming. I see all the lies, and you're like stumping everyone. Like, oh, 5 this, and like I had been prepared.
Yeah, it's usually the bartender.
I know. I was ready. I was like, I got my 5 bartenders from Charlotte. Like, I got this, and now you're like, oh, anyone. I was like, thanks. I really appreciate it. That's 3. I think right now I'd say Kamala Harris because I want to talk.
Word.
We gotta talk, sis. What's up? I want everyone to vote. If you're able to vote, I'm not gonna sit here and shame anyone, but like if you are able to vote, please, 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 please go vote. I can't even sit here and say it's crucial. It's like life and death.
Yep.
Necessity.
Yep.
And last but not least, anybody though?
Anybody.
Dead or alive? On the spot. Okay. Dang.
I love this. I love this part of my job.
I know. We're just sitting here like, dude.
I love this part of my job, yo. Because I got one more question after that. So. We know it. We'll do this.
No, wait. I'll say Janelle Monáe. I stand Janelle Monáe. I love it.
I dig it. Okay. One more before we get out of here. So normally you did say, I always ask everybody, they starting 5 bartenders in their city. I'm going to throw you off. It's a 3-on-3 tournament. So it's you plus 2 teammates.
Yes.
Go.
Justin Hazelton.
Word.
From Lee and Louise.
Shout out to Justin.
That's the homie. And I'm going to say Ev Clark. That's
dope. You do know you're going to get a bunch of text messages about.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean what I said, but like, I don't know, like I'm Sagittarius. Like when it comes to fire energy, like we work well under pressure. Like just like Spitfire, I'm like, go.
All right.
We're going. So that's what I'm going with. Just like the gauntlet.
Yeah, that's who you taking in that dog hole with you. That's who you taking in that fight with you.
Exactly.
All right, I like that. Well, Britt, I appreciate you taking some time out today. Again, everybody, Britt has an article up on Thirsty, tells you even more about her. Go to Thirsty on Instagram, click it, you'll see it. It's shared in my stories on Brown and Balance. It's shared on Thirsty. Portland Cocktail Week has shared it. It's everywhere. Learn more about this amazing young lady who's I feel is going to be the next superstar in the game. That's going to be doing some really, really big things. I feel like this is a name that we're going to hear for many, many years to come. So thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for doing this with me. Whenever the world opens up, Charlotte is a place I want to come do a Brown and Balance event at, and you will definitely be a part of it. So anything you need the people how to follow you, how to find you before we get you out of here?
Yeah. IG, follow me at X It's Britt. Just X, like sign the dotted line. It's Britt. So that's actually incorrect, but it's X It's Britt. So like I know it's weird. I have to be super difficult. So X ITS BRITT. There we go. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate it. If you ever in Charlotte, North Carolina or in surrounding areas, check us out. Charlotte. It's at CLT. Great craft cocktail bar, classic cocktails. We do a lot of house cool stuff as well. And super proud of us. So come check us out.
Word. Hey, when you get to work today, man, give Stefan a hug for me and then give him the finger for me.
I won't do that on this live
feed. Don't do it here. No.
No. We're gonna.
No. Do it when you get there. It's love. He knows that. It's love.
It's all love.
All right. Thank you, Britt. I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate it, yo. Thank you.
Get back in that green room. Y'all have some fun, man. All right, everybody. So this was episode 2. Brown Balance Live. It's getting more and more fun every time we do it, man. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in. Thank you, everybody who's been in the comments. I've been seeing them pop up, man, going on, man. Shout out to all the family. Shout out to Campari once again for their partnership in doing this, man. We would not be able to do this without you. Everybody follow Campari Community. Sign up on the mailing list. Again, there's a gift in there for you. So if you I hope you heard the instructions earlier. I'll say it when we do the Brown and Balance post show, but I'll definitely leave it in there for you guys. Shout out to Lush Life. Y'all believed in this idea. Me and Brittany was in a van driving somewhere at 3 a.m. I woke up and I had this crazy idea, and the whole team, Leo, Liz, Lindsay, Dave, everybody, man, thank y'all for believing in this and us doing this together, man. I owe it all to you guys, man, to be able to put this off, man. It's amazing. Thank you. I'm humbled by your support. Outside of that, man, vote. This is my first year. I've never voted before, yo. This is my first year voting, man. So, like Britt said, it's life or death. And I'm going to just leave it there. We don't got to get into politics online. But please hit that link, you know what I mean, and let's vote. Oh, rest in peace to everybody we lost. Say her name, Breonna Taylor. Before we get out of here, I'm going to pull everybody out the green room real quick. So y'all put down whatever you're doing that can't be seen on screen, and y'all come on back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So look, first of all, Keyatta, the edition version is better. We just not gonna agree on that. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of this with me today. I want everybody, October 23rd, tune in. We're doing 2 this month. So normally we did 1 last month. We got 1 this month. We're doing 2 this month, man. And on the 23rd, we got my main man straight out of Philly, Saul Thomas, probably the smartest dude I know in the world. He'll explain why. And we got my man Garrett Oliver from Brooklyn Brewery coming in, man. So we're going to have a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? On the 23rd, same time, same channel. Do y'all have anything y'all want to share with the folks before we get out of here?
Drink up.
I loved everyone. It was great to meet you all.
November 3rd.
I'm talking about.
November 3rd. November 3rd.
Yes, vote.
Vote.
Please vote.
Use your
Please
right,
vote.
take advantage of it.
Vote so the White
Yes.
House can stop being a trap house. I had to say. I'm sorry. You know what? I wasn't supposed to say that out loud, but I had to say it, yo.
Put your
This is
glass
trap house
down.
now. Huh?
Put your cup down.
Keyatta,
Put your cup down.
trap house right now.
He's cut off.
It's an East Atlanta trap house right now. I'm just letting y'all know.
Ooh, how dare you?
So we gotta get our brother. Our trip was
I'm not going to talk about you. Look, they might as well take the White House and just put it in Berry Farm. You know what I'm saying? It's that bad out here. So, you know, it's smart, very smart. Stay in the house. Yo, cheers to y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of this today, man. And let's just keep building and doing better. All right?
Yes, definitely.
All right,
Cheers,
peace.
y'all.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, we still live? I don't want to say the wrong thing if we still live.
Yeah.